All right, what's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day today. It's Monday, so off to a new week in the market. It's Monday, August 3rd. It's about 7:30 here in Eastern time zone in the U.S. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Just to get started, I am not a certified professional financial advice giver. This is just for entertainment purposes only, so let's get that out of the way. Secondly, I appreciate you tuning in. A like means a lot to me. It helps the channel grow, as well as a subscribe. The button's below. So if you find this in any way interesting or valuable, definitely help the channel out. So we'll jump right into it, get the day started. It was a good day on the market overall. So the Dow was up 236 points, which was a positive 0.89%. So as usual, the rules are I have roughly 10 minutes to do as much research as I can on the top 5 biggest movers of the day. So specifically want to focus on just the top 5 biggest movers. I am adding a little bit of overall market evaluation to the end of this video today for the first time. But we always start with the top 5 movers and we see if there's any good investments in those. So those 5 biggest movers today were Marathon Patent Group, Inc., Grind Rod Shipping Holdings Limited, Moxion, Inc., Eurodry Limited, and DataC Inc. So we'll start with the biggest mover of the day, which was Marathon Patent Group Inc. They are a digital asset tech company, is the way they describe themselves on their website. For the rest of us, that basically means they mine cryptocurrency. So they were up 89% today. They are a cheap stock, so they started the day at $2.03 and they ended the day at $3.83. In the aftermarket, they are coming back down. At the time of making this video, they were down about 10.5% from where they closed, so $3.43 a share. No major news today from Marathon Patent Group. They are a company, again, that mines cryptocurrency. So with cryptos being on the rise lately, Bitcoin's up if you haven't noticed. Perhaps that's what's leading to a big jump with Marathon, but not 100% sure because there was no major news. They are a company that is not in the positive, so negative earnings per share. Their 5-year high was back in July of 2016, and that was almost $50 per share. Again, today they're floating around $3 per share. So significant drop since then. One thing that I picked up on was that, someone's got a big truck outside. One thing that I picked up on was that when Bitcoin's price spiked back in 2018, this company spiked from about $6.50 a share to almost $24 a share. So you're looking at almost 4x jump back when Bitcoin jumped in 2018. So if Bitcoin rallies and spikes, I would have to guess that then this company would also spike again. It would make sense if it did that. The other thing to consider too is I guess there's a new cryptocurrency people are talking about called Dogecoin or Dogecoin. I know it's popular on TikTok, which has a ton of people that tune into it. So if people start really buying into this Dogecoin and that starts to rise, I would think that there's a chance that Marathon Patent Group would also go up. So is it a company that I'll invest in? Probably not. Could be one to try to day trade and get in and get out rather quickly within the same day or within the same week and maybe ride the momentum up. But I think that it feels like this company would just be a momentum, big press release type stock, and then it would probably fade back away again. So not a good long-term investment in my opinion, unless cryptocurrencies become the wave of the future and that's what everybody uses, then maybe it's a good investment. The second biggest mover of the day is Grind Rod Shipping Holdings Limited. So they are a maritime shipping company. They own and also lease dry bulk shipping containers. Dry bulk shipping like boats, and then tankers as well, which would I guess do wet products like oil or something like that. They were up 69%, so they started the day at $3.18 a share, $3.18. Ended the day at $5.40 per share. And in the aftermarket, they are coming back down quickly, so down 28% since the market closed. So they're back down to $3.88 per share. I did not see any major news about this company today, so not sure what drove the price up 69%. They are a company that's in the negative, so negative earnings per share. Their 5-year high was back in June of 2018, and since then they have been on a slow and steady decline. So I do not see this as a company that, from a long-term perspective, would be something that would continue to go up. The third biggest mover of the day is Moxion Inc. So they are described as a Chinese online to offline tech company for small to medium business, and they also run a Chinese gaming channel. No substantial news that I saw today that would make them go up. They're a company that was up 65% today, so a very big day for them. Granted, they started the day at less than $1 per share. They ended the day at $1.47, and they're currently at $1.34. So they've slid backwards 8.84% in the aftermarket. Again, no news on this company. Not really sure why they jumped. Again, Chinese tech company with a positive earnings per share. They were barely positive according to Yahoo Finance. Their 5-year high was $41 per share, and they were sub $1 per share to start the day. They achieved that $41 per share back in July of 2016. So they've just seen a massive steady decline over the last 4 years. Without seeing any specific news about them today, they are not a company that I would be buying into myself until I see something different or something new from them. So I would expect their price to continue to come back down to where it was trading at before. So if you like trading penny stocks and you want to jump on something that has a big chance to go up, or has a chance to go up big during the day, like 65% big, maybe it's a company to try to momentum trade in the future, but certainly not a long-term investment at this point. The fourth mover is Eurodry Limited. They're another maritime transport company. They specifically do dry bulk. I don't think they have any tankers, but I'm not sure if I'm missing something in terms of news in the world. They're two of the top 5 biggest movers today are maritime transport companies. So I'm wondering if there's something that happened in that specific industry that would make those two stocks go up on the same day to be two of the top 5 biggest movers of all the stocks there are in the world. That seems kind of odd to me. But nonetheless, I couldn't find any specific news that was directly tied to Eurodry. They were up 60% today, so started the day at $3.65, ended the day at $5.83. Aftermarket, they're only down 3%, so holding strong at least for now. A company that's in the negative, so negative earnings per share. I never like to invest in those type of companies typically. Their 12-year high was $12.40, and this was back in October of 2018. They hovered around $8 per share for most of 2019, and then in January of 2020, they dropped or tanked to around $3, even below $3. So the only thing that I'm thinking is if they get back to where they were around $8 for most of 2019, if they get back to that for, let's say, the rest of 2020, that would still leave them, a few dollars per share, which from a percentage standpoint could be, say, another 50% to go back to where they were all of last year. So again, negative earnings per share company, no major news today, but all of last year they traded $2.50 higher than what they are now. So maybe one to keep an eye on if they return to previous levels before COVID. The fifth one is called Data C Inc., and their ticker is DTSS. They are a smart security solutions company. What that means in real product terms is they do facial recognition software as well as automatic temperature taking software, so they can sell these services to schools and to different communities. So they were able to ink a deal, I think it's their first deal, over in China with a community, like a neighborhood community, to do facial recognition for them. It's a $7,800 US deal, so a very small deal in the scheme of business, $7,800. But it's their first one, so I suppose on that news they went up 59% today. So started the day around $2, ended the day a little over $3, and they're currently still roughly around $3. So have dropped less than 1% in the aftermarket. They're a company that is a negative earnings per share company. They did have a previous 5-year high of $21. So that was back in November 2017. They've been trading sub $4 since the start of 2019. So for quite a while now, they've been sub $4. I would say that in order to invest in them, we would need to see more business come through from them. For their first deal to be such a small deal, I would need to see a lot more deals come through to start feeling confident about investing in this company. In other news, just a general recap on the market. WORKHORSE, which I'm a big fan of WORKHORSE, was up big today. So they're an EV company that makes delivery vehicles. So like think UPS trucks. WORKHORSE makes those, but electric versions. So up 23%. And that is due to Lordstown Motors going public. So they announced that they're going to be going public in the fourth quarter of 2020 under the ticker RIDE. And that is via a special acquisition company called Diamond Peak, which is a ticker symbol DPHC. So basically DPHC acquires WORKHORSE with the intent of acquires Lordstown with the intent of taking them public. That's basically the entire purpose of Diamond Peak, is to acquire a company that was formerly private and just take them public. It's instead of Lordstown going through a traditional IPO and having an initial public offering and issuing stock for the first time, this is a way that's sort of come up recently for them to go public and be traded, but without the traditional time and approval process of an IPO. So Diamond Peak acquires them. They have a new symbol called RIDE. They'll be available to trade here in less than 6 months. So because of that, WORKHORSE owns 10% of Lordstown Motors. Their price went up today, as did Diamond Peak's price as well, which is DPHC. Both of those companies were up over 20% today on this news. So the deal is valued at $1.6 billion, is basically Lordstown's valuation from this deal in terms of what Diamond Peak acquired them at. With WORKHORSE owning a 10% stake in Lordstown, that gives WORKHORSE an additional $160 million valuation to them. So WORKHORSE's price went up. WORKHORSE also has pending earnings report coming up soon, and a possible pending contract with United States Postal Service to help change their vehicles over from gas or diesel vehicles to electric vehicles. I think that deal itself is over a $6 billion deal. So if WORKHORSE can get just a part of that, that would mean big movement, I would think, for WORKHORSE's stock. But just in general on the day today, lots of EVs or electric vehicle stock companies were up, or kind of EV related companies were up. So that includes WORKHORSE, Nikola was up, Diamond Peak, which is acquiring Lordstown, is up, Plug is up. Plug is going to supposedly make the hydrogen cells for Nikola's vehicles. NIO, which is a Chinese EV company, Kandi or KNDI, another Chinese EV company, all up today. So big day for the EVs. In other news, Kodak is down another 31% to below 15. So, last week I specifically said I expect Kodak to drop below $20 per share, and it's definitely continued to drop every day to now about 15 per share. Personally, my portfolio was up 2.3%, and that was mostly on the back of OPK, which is OPCO Health, SFTBY, which is SoftBank, Solo, which is an electric vehicle company, and then Space, or SPCE, which is Virgin Galactic. So they had an earnings call today. They negative 28 cents per share. Their projected earnings was negative 30 cents per share. So they beat it by 2 cents, but they're still in the negative. I just think there's a lot of hype around Virgin Galactic to be able to take tourists to space. That's kind of their big main product if you've never heard of them before. But that is my review for the day. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you found this in any way useful or helpful, definitely hit the like button for me. It's very, very helpful. Dogs are barking, so I'm going to get off here. But leave any comments if you have any questions. If you have anything to tell me that will help me trade a little bit better, I'm definitely open to hearing it. I would love to be able to learn something new. But otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.